Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Loan Officer Breakfast Club. Frank Ray here. I hope you're all doing well on a Thursday in June. It is June 12th, my friends. We, of course, have Gen Z in the house running the show. As always. That's right, Krista Russo, of course, looking very businessy today. Krista, very nice. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Of course, Kristen Simpson. She's in the house. Don't want to forget her at all. That would be a bad thing to do. Of course, we have to. Oh, God darn it. How did that happen? That was a mistake. I did not mean. I don't know what. Kristen, I'm sorry. I don't know how that happened. All right. Who else do we got in here? Kelly Cordier. Yay! In the house. Pat Morales is in here, too. Victoria Johnson. Christy Melko's here as well. We got a lot of superstars today, Carl. A lot of neat people. Michael Kidwell's here. William I can't see the rest of the name. William see, for me, there's a little button in the way, William. So your last name for me is MCCA. McCa. That's all I got. Yeah.
I like that.
Macaulay. Is that what it is?
Macaulay, yes.
There you go. When you unmuted it, the name moved over, and so now I could see almost the whole thing, man. How you doing, brother?
Good deal. I'm doing well, thank you.
Where are you located, man?
Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond, Virginia. See, I drove through Richmond, Virginia once.
You ever been to the racetrack there, William?
No, I've only recently moved out here. I've been over there, but I haven't gone to any races yet. So I'm looking forward to doing it, though.
The race there is killer, and it's a very festive, kind of thing, and it's a nice small track, so you can see the whole thing. It's a lot of fun there. I love the Richmond track. Where'd you move from?
I was in Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Eau Claire, Wisconsin to Richmond, Virginia. Cool, man.
Yep. Warm.
Yeah, warm. So are you starting in a new market then? Is that what you're doing, or?
Exactly.
Huh. Okay. Wow. Good stuff, man. How's it going so far?
It's a slow burn, but I'm chopping away at it.
All right. Good. Well, man, stick with the plan and you'll do okay. You know what I mean? You'll do okay. Yep. You a marketing animal member yet or no?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what, man? I would have you at least make a call.
Keep coming back. Keep coming back.
I have you at least make a call to the main office. How long you been coming here to Breakfast Club?
Be careful, Wayne. He uses that line all the time, man. He uses that line all the time. How often do you come here?
Is it what it is?
All the time.
Come here often.
Be careful where this is going.
Man.
Off and on for a couple months now.
Yeah.
Off and on
I've
for a
actually
couple months.
subscribed to the Thor's hammer, which
Oh,
I've
good.
been using that pretty effectively. So.
Okay, good.
Good to see you, buddy.
You're getting on the way. All right, good, man. Well, man, William, thanks for being here. Thanks for letting me chat with you a little bit this morning. Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, on. So, Krista, we're getting text from Owen Lee that he's having technical difficulties getting into the.
That's right, man. I've been.
He needs a link, Krista. Can you help him, please? Yeah.
If he doesn't make it, I've spent most of this morning reviewing his slides.
Okay.
Did a lot of research. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Good.
I'm ready.
That's good to know.
We will not disappoint you.
We will not. Yeah. And while we're waiting anyway, we usually have a little banter. We usually talk about some things anyhow. So why don't we just kind of go around a little bit and, see what's going on here. We need to pick somebody, and let's go back to looking for a win. Carl, who are you? Okay. See, I've got somebody in mind, Carl. Who do you got in mind? I'm going to see if you got the same person.
Well, we usually do.
I bet you don't.
Well, I don't know. So I was looking, hang on. Kelly Collins was.
Golly, I swear to you, that's who I was looking at.
She's sitting there screaming.
I swear to you.
Please call on me. Please call on me.
If you're getting value from this already, go ahead and tap that like button. It helps more loan officers find content that actually makes a difference. And hey, if staying ahead of the market and learning what's really working in our industry matters to you, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss another episode. We read every comment, so drop your thoughts down below. We'd love to hear from you and know what's working or what you'd like us to cover next. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you here next time. I am not even kidding you. We have got this thing going, dude.
We do, man.
It's like it's this thing. So
ever since that one weekend, yeah.
That's that one weekend. Oh God. Okay, let's not go down there. All right, Kelly, what's happening? Oh, we can't hear you, Kel. You're not muted, but your mic's not on or something. I could tell it was really good too. Oh,
Don't you do it. Don't you do it. She's nice. Don't
I'm
leave. Don't do it.
I'm tempted to do the sad trombone,
No,
Kelly.
no, no. Don't you do it.
But
Don't you?
it's not fair
It's
because we
not
picked
fair.
you
It's
and
not her fault.
you're a
It's a
girl. I
technical.
shouldn't be.
Well, no, it's not that. We don't do that. It's technology, not her lack of trying.
Right. All right. Man,
Effort
yeah, we still
counts.
can't hear you, Kelly.
Yeah.
Darn. Darn. Oh,
What's wrong,
I didn't
bud?
mean to do it. It was there, but I'm sorry. Ah, darn. All right, well, see if you can come back. See if you can figure it out, Kelly. You just barge right in too. Barge right into the meeting. All right, Carl. One more try. I think Owen's getting closer.
Well, if you're not, go ahead and bring up the slides, and I can get started.
Oh, really? You want to get started right now? Okay, let's bring up the slides.
Bring up the slides. I
Right,
can get
Jen, yeah, let's
started.
bring up the
Okay,
slides.
hold on. Hold
Let's
on.
I'm
bring
well
up
prepared for
Owen's
this.
slides. This will be great.
I'm well
Carl
prepared.
White giving Owen's presentation.
I'm well prepared.
We're going to call Owen Five Thumbs Lee right now.
A little more
Five
prepared
Thumbs
than I
Lee.
was. Hold on.
Yeah. He's smacking the keyboard
Okay.
going, this isn't working. All
And,
right.
and I've got another topic I'm ready that I've been wanting to bring up anyway, Frank, which is like different ways for loan officer to make more money.
Okay.
And I'm not talking about, hey, do a side gig and be an Uber driver. Not there's anything wrong with any of that
Right.
stuff,
Yeah.
but like in actually writing loans.
I
So
just wanted to let you guys know Mr. Owen Lee is in fact here.
Oh, he's here.
Oh,
I
I wanted to hear Carl's rendition.
I would
Well,
like to see the Carl White
so
version.
on this slide,
Yeah.
where on this slide, you can see that the tide is coming in.
Yeah.
And the buoys,
I'm
buoys
here.
are having a hard time. So the buoy on the right is almost washed ashore.
Yeah.
And
Or I was thinking, Carl, is more like, well, in this slide, you could see that the patient truly does have a heart murmur. And you could see it right over there on the right.
and it's not looking good. So,
Owen Lee,
Heart murmurs
everybody,
never,
Mr. Owen Lee,
Good
and the
morning.
mortgage market update,
Good
everyone.
Oh, I apologize for my my technical difficulties. I'm not 100% certain what caused them this morning, but anyway.
a lot of
Anyway.
news going on,
Appreciate
though.
everybody and your patience with me.
And a lot of news going on, Owen.
There's a lot of news going on. I thought we would look a little bit at the market and then talk about some what I think is really good news for the mortgage business. Or do we want to? We ready to hop right in?
Let's
Yeah,
do
we
it.
got the slides up. We're ready to roll, man.
All right. Well, hey, I wanted to last week, just last week, we were on this very same space, for those of us that are old enough to remember, same bat time, same bat channel, right, as last week. And we were talking about the market and we were talking about the jobs report that was coming out. And the jobs report was actually pretty tame. It only came in, I think, in the 130s, and it was only about 8,000 higher than what was anticipated. And the number of jobs is trending down. But there was a data point in there about personal income going up, I think 3 or 4 tenth of a percent in 1 month, which doesn't really sound like a lot. But if you extrapolate that out, it's about a 3.5 to 4.5% raise for people, which the market thought was going to spark inflation. So the market went crazy. We lost 50 basis points in a day. We talked about locking, right, before the report, as we've so often talked about. We're in this range, and we get violent swings within the range. And look what happened, right? We lost 50 basis points on Friday. And then we made it back up in 3 days. And I don't know the fundamentals that caused the 50 basis point swing for and back in a 72 business hour time. But this is the market and the day and the age in which we live. So you always have to protect yourself, and you always have to protect your client. As Carl and I have talked about many times, it's always easier to have a conversation about, hey, the market went down, let me see if I can do it, or, the interest rates went down. let me see if I could do a little bit better for you than it is to call up and say, hey, it's going to cost you $2,600 more to get to the closing table, and a lot of the people don't have it. So we look at this UMBS chart. You know, we saw last week, Wednesday, the ADP, which is the private payroll number, came out. Very disappointing number. So our market rose, meaning interest rates went down, because remember, they move inverse to one another. And then the employment report, higher than expected. It was the income portion that was the higher than expected that caused it to go up. And then we got lower core CPI. I haven't been able to check the market yet this morning, but I think the 10-year number, the way it looks, it's probably going to open in our favor again. So this is just something, like I said, you know, that we're going to live with. You can see these gyrations, and the chart's magnified, so they look a little bit more. Michael just said plus 31. Yeah, that sounds about right. So anyway, so we're doing fairly well. Jen, you want to go to the next slide? So, and this is just, like I said, plenty of 40-bit moves bouncing around in that area. This is a 1-month view, roughly. And as you can really see, we're not going a whole lot of areas. We've pretty much been moving within the same 80 basis point range-ish for most of the time. So what does that mean for, you know, the 333 people on this call? I think what it means is you got to keep doing your prospecting, right? Don't be a rate watcher. You know, do your call stars, do your alliance, prospect, be ready, feet in the blocks. You know, this year is a series of sprints. We've talked about it many times, and
Oh, you got muted.
we see it. We
There
see
you
it.
go.
Yeah, we see it every time we look at the data. And so this is just to give you a larger picture to see what's going on. Exactly what we talk about. Violent moves within the same range. And I think we're going to be in this range until the tariff war comes to some type of resolution, and until the big beautiful bill passes. So because until those two buoys of uncertainty have moved, I think we're going to be in this same range. So Jen, I think we have one more economic slide, and then we're going to get to some fun news. This is just pulling it out even more. You know, go back 7 months. You know, look at where we are. You know, we've pretty well been in that same range, up, down, within relatively short periods of time. So, you know, here's where we are, and here's where we're going to be, going all the way back to last November, after, you know, when people were reacting to the so-called red wave. So this is where we are right now, and you know, it looks like we're going to have a good day today. We're certainly opening up. I do think once we get past those two items, the tariffs and the big beautiful bill, that will trend down just a little bit. And but you know, the spoils are there for those that are prospecting. There are deals being done in this market. It's a more active market than it was 12 months ago, a more active market than it was 24 months ago. So if you're doing all the things that all of us talk about on this call, you'll be getting results, because the purchase market is there, and it's healthy, more healthy than it's been in a while, because I think just some people have been putting off that change to see if rates go lower. No, they're not going to begin with a 4 or a 3 or a 2 anytime soon, unless there's some cataclysmic economic event that nobody foresees. You know, and I think people are getting used to that. But But let's have some fun. Anybody on this call want to have some fun? I want to have some fun.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
talk about our trigger lead bill.
Oh, cool. Before
ahead,
we get
Frank.
there, hey, Owen, before we get there, I just got to
Yeah.
say, if anybody's looking for a great band name, Owen coined it this morning. It's Buoys of Uncertainty. I love that. That's a great band name, Owen. Somebody needs to get that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I think The Cure almost used it in the late 80s.
Yeah, I bet they did.
For a hot second, but yeah, but somehow it wasn't catchy enough for the singles, right? Anyway, but our trigger lead bill is doing very well. And when I say our, you know, it's the MBA's bill. I think it's the loan officer bill. You know, I think the industry wants this thing so bad, except for a very small sliver of it. You know, and it's common sense has caught on in Washington, D.C. as it relates to this issue. As we talked about or I posted it on LinkedIn. I don't think we talked about it in this forum, but I posted it on LinkedIn, and I post on this stuff quite a bit. So if you want to stay abreast, please feel free to give me a follow on LinkedIn. Yes, Brian Cox, we are working on credit costs. I see you. But you know, the trigger leads bill has really decided that it's going to move forward. It's moving forward right now as a standalone bill. Huge victory this week, very, very late Tuesday night at about 11:30 for procedural reasons. They took the vote. It passed out of the House Financial Services Committee 46-0. 46-0.
Nice.
You can't get those folks in Congress to agree on what the color yellow is at 46-0 right now. So that's a huge victory. There is a representative from Southern California, Republican, who is kind of carrying water for the credit bureaus. And they were able to reach a compromise that allowed the bill to move forward. They agreed to do a study 12 months after the fact to see something about whether or not people were getting worse deals because they weren't getting trigger lead calls. So the bill moved forward. So now we have to go to the full House, but with the bill being reported out of committee at 46-0, and we have so many co-sponsors, you know, you can never know what's going to happen in Congress, especially in today's political world. But this is we're moving further and further down the line. The bill getting listed for markup, it coming out of committee at 46-0. We still have to advance through the Senate. But remember, our bill passed unanimously in the Senate in the last Congress by a voice vote. So I'm not saying we don't have work to do in the Senate. We do have work to do in the Senate. But we're very, very encouraged by our prospects. So keep in touch on this issue. Things are going well. Jen, I think we have one more slide. This is where we are. I don't know how old most of the people are on this call. I'm 55. When I was a kid, I used to watch cartoons on Saturday morning, and they had those Schoolhouse Rock things, right? Remember? I'm just a bill, and I'm sitting on Capitol Hill. You know, that song was originally written by the Buoys of Uncertainty, but anyway, this is where we are in the process. And 95% of the bills that get introduced in Congress don't make it this far. So I just wanted to give everybody a visual to see the progress that the industry is making. You guys want to know what you can do to help? Google Mortgage Action Alliance. It's the free MBA advocacy group. Everybody in the mortgage business should be in it. There will be a call to action coming up soon when we get close to a vote. And that just means we want everybody to use the system to email their elected representatives, if you're so inclined, to to let them know that the folks back home want this bill passed. It's the most powerful thing that regular people can do, and it does have an effect, especially when regular people do it in mass. So if you think you're already a member, maybe you heard me talk about it before and you joined, you have to renew your membership every 12 months. This is, where you might want to double check, because we need those voices when this comes up, and we're making progress. I know this is frustrating, but this is fast movement for Washington, D.C. So anyway, but that's what I have for this morning. Good news.
That slide is phenomenal, man. Thanks for that slide. That's really, really cool. That's very, very helpful.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one for everybody to kind of, put your branding on and kind of roll that one out. Hey, I got a question for you. What about Fannie Freddie and privatization, and what's the word going on there?
Yeah, so things are moving fast in Washington, D.C. I was in Georgia last week with the Mortgage Bankers Association, and we had a closed door session with a big insider in Washington, D.C. I can't really say who, because it was a closed door session. But the thought process is that Scott Bessent really has the ball on this. He's the Treasury Secretary, and Bill Pulte has some ideas. Bill Pulte is a businessman. He will be an important seat at the table, but this is really going to be arranged thoughtfully by the secretary. So we're looking at, again, I don't think anything's going to happen in Washington, D.C. until the big, beautiful bill passes. I would guess late 2026. I think they're definitely going to take a run at privatizing Fannie and Freddie. I think it's a sure thing that they're going to take a run at it. I don't think it's a sure thing that it's going to happen. But that is going to be another thing that we're going to have to watch out for, another thing on our collective plates in the industry, because how they push it out depends upon what rules survive and what new rules get to be remade. So, when that I don't want to call it a fight, because I don't think it's a fight, but when that conversation starts in earnest, there'll be a lot of meat on that chicken bone that we'll have to work through.
Hey, if you're liking Loan Officer Breakfast Club, you really need to check out Mortgage Marketing Animals. Don't forget, we have live events pretty regularly throughout the year. You can learn more by going to mastermindretreats.com. Mastermindretreats.com. Go there, check it out. Hope to see you at one. A lot of meat on that chicken bone. Yeah. Owen dropping all kinds of goodies today.
So Frank, we were talking racetracks before Owen got here. Did you know? Owen brings all this brilliant marketing things, and I'm going back to the racetrack, right? So, did you know?
It's like, thanks, Owen. Let's get back to the racetrack.
Well, did you know? So, William, did you know that in NASCAR? See, in football, you want to be close to the field, right? So the further down you are, the better the seats, right? Well, in NASCAR, it's opposite. The cheap seats are low, and the expensive seats are high. It's opposite of what you think. So you can see the whole track around, right? And so the seats near the ground, near the track, are called the chicken bone seats. Because see, at the race. Yeah, you got it. At the race, you're eating you bring your lunch. They let you bring your meals in there. It's one of the few sports you can bring your own cooler. Like you can bring your beer, your soda, your meals, or whatever. They allow you to bring a cooler in. And so anyway, so the chicken bone seats are the ones down low, because the idea is, you're typically, they were in the South, and us Southerners, we like our fried chicken. And so when you had your chicken and you're finished with that piece, you'd throw the bone. You'd try to make it all the way down to the little landing there, but most of the time you wouldn't. And so the people in the bottom seats are, getting plummeted with chicken bones.
That's not true.
That's 100% true. They're called the chicken bone seats.
So you literally are throwing chicken bones down to the people down below?
Well, that's probably a little bit of a stretch. Not that it's never happened, but
Right.
that is
But
that is
that's
100
that's
it's
like
a real
okay.
those seats are called the chicken bone. Like where
Yeah.
you sit, hey man, you going? Yeah, I'm going. Where you sitting? Dude, I'm in the chicken bone seats.
Chicken
Oh
bone.
man. So yeah, that's a common thing. Anyway.
Gotcha.
I love
Hey,
chicken. I love fried chicken, and they do cook it better in the
I need
South.
I need to I
So
need
I don't know what to say.
we need to do a race weekend, Owen. I need to show you where
I
I
would
come
love that.
from. I'll show you.
I've never been. I've
I'll show
never
you where
been.
I come from. I show you where my people come from. So it'd be a great weekend.
Okay, and then you come north, and we're going to go to a hockey game.
Deal. And we'll go
right.
pick up William and do Richmond. That's a
There you go.
great. That'd be a great first track too. So anyway.
hey, Owen, quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
What do we got coming up next week as far as potential market movers? What kind of reports, that kind of a thing should we be looking for next week?
Hey, speaking of which,
Well,
wait just a second. So
yeah.
speaking of which, so Owen and I are doing. Make sure I got this date right. It's the 19th that we're doing that, Owen.
Yes.
So
yes, the
so
19th.
Owen and I are doing a town. So we have not released this yet because it fills up so quick. We're doing a mortgage town hall meeting Thursday the 19th at 1 p.m. So 1 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to be going over we're and just off the top of my head, but we're going over more. We're going to be going deeper into interest rates. We're going to be talking about definitely we're seeing a shift in the buyer's market and some things things that you as a loan officer needs to do. We're going to go deeper into the trigger leads. We're going to talk a little bit about some RESPA stuff.
Hello, comp.
Possible comp
CFPB.
changes. Yep, possible
Really?
comp. And of course we're going to be talking about some AI stuff too. And just like the state of the mortgage industry, we're not selling anything. There's no call to action. Even though we should, Owen, let's rethink that one a little bit there. But anyway, so it's
We'll sell chicken bones.
well, yeah, we're not promoting a software, even though there's great software that we could promote. We're not. It's just we're just doing a true town hall meeting, and we're doing a deep dive. And the idea is everybody's going to be unmuted, and you can ask questions. And so we got some topics, and the idea is, for you to be able to ask questions about those topics. And so we're going to do that. We're planning on being about
Carl,
an hour.
I joined this industry in 2002. There's more going on right now than at maybe the only time that compares was when that mortgage implodometer was going and Fannie and Freddie went into conservatorship. But there's so much going on right now.
But the good news, and we're going to talk about this on the town hall meeting. The good news is it's a time of opportunity. Like that's different than some of the implodometer was like.
Right.
Man, it was tough to find out. I'm always looking for the lining.
That was a time. That was a time of lack of opportunity.
Right.
Yeah, it was so painful. It was so painful. It was funny. So this time there's some really big opportunities, and that's what we're going to be talking about, some different things that we can do and what to be looking out for. So if you want to go to that,
mortgagetownhall.com. They put it in the chat already.
How the hell they get that already?
They're like in charge.
They're
large and in charge.
It was the fabulous
Carl,
Diane.
have you ever met Kristen Simpson and seen how efficient she is? Come on.
Yeah,
I cannot take credit. It was Diane. She's like, here you go. Diane. Of course, the magic behind the scenes, Diane.
Yeah, we just bought the URL the other day.
Everybody. Diane, Jen, Krista, they're superstars.
Apparently. So mortgagetownhall.com. Be sure to hang out with us. And if you like that kind of thing, we can do more of those kind of thing where we just take a hodgepodge and just go a little deeper than what we can go in our 30 minutes here. So
hey, I just have to say, I don't know who Vicky Lasher is. Vicky, we've never had a chance to meet, but I love your comment. It was bad when you watched your company come up on the implodometer.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's how you found out too.
Yeah, Maria said she emailed me and it bounced, and I went, "Wait, what?" Yeah, it was a fun time.
Frank, to answer your question, Frank, there's not a ton on the horizon that's going to move the markets for next week unless they announce a tariff deal. CPI was yesterday. It was a very favorable print for interest rates. The PPI was coming out this morning, and I'm guessing based upon the direction of the bond markets, there was nothing scary in that data that came out. We just had the jobs report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics last Friday. So I think the PCE, the Fed's inflation gauge, is the next one, but I don't think that comes out for 10 or 12 days. So there's not much for reports that are going to drastically move interest rates for the next, certainly for the next week. We don't think, but you never know in this world.
All right, man. Great stuff. Thanks for letting us know. Okay. Well, thank you, Owen Lee, man. Really appreciate you, brother. Always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Hey, just real quick. Hey, Kristen, are you available right after this?
Yes.
You have like 5 minutes. Stick on. I want something that we're doing up in Michigan. I just want to run by you. I just got some ideas of that presentation for me and you. So if you don't mind, just stick around here and we'll do it real quick.
Will do.
Okay.
All right. Well, can others stick around if they want to stick around?
Of course, right. It's just easy for me. I got a hard stop though at Kristen at 9:10. I think. Oh, and you still good to do that? You good to do a podcast today? All right. Yep. So I'll meet you at our link in 10 minutes, Owen.
So if you stick around, you might get to hear what's going to happen in Michigan.
I'm so excited.
Well, I'm excited too, because Kristen is teaching her first set of 22 classes, and I just
she just doesn't know that yet.
Yes, and I also have a bridge to sell you.
Yeah. Hey Owen, before we go here, what's the one biggest single opportunity you see right now? Just in our closing, I know I just kind of whammed this on you, but what do you think is like our number one big opportunity that's not necessarily unique to now, but because of everything that's going on and all the different things from all the different areas, what's one thing like, hey, make sure you're
adopting technology. Is the way I would put that. I think, we talk about GSEs and we talk about Fannie, Freddie, trigger leads, all huge issues, but the seismic shift in the industry that's going on for distributed retail loan officers, which is loan officers that do referral business that gets, like our team together, Carl, people that are face-to-face, belly-to-belly sales, the seismic shift has already happened. It's Rocket, it's Redfin, it's Mr. Cooper, and what that's going to bring to the industry and how are you going to react to it. It's a time of great opportunity and abundance if you act accordingly. If you stick your head in the sand and say, I'm not going to adopt anything new, then I think you got some rough seas ahead.
Interesting.
Good to know.
Sounds like a good town hall subject to go deeper in.
It does.
Could be.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, thanks, Owen.
All right. Thanks, Owen. Everybody, thanks so much. All right, listen, guys, I'll play a little outbound music. If you got to get going, get going. We thank you for being here. Do your thing, right? But if you want to stick around for a little bit, stick around. We're going to chat a little bit more. And in the
Frank,
LOBC Afterglow.
Is this outbound music by the Buoys of Uncertainty?
It is indeed. The Buoys of Uncertainty. That's the new name of my jingle band.
You know the problem with that. You know the problem with that name, though, Frank, is 88.5% of Americans can't spell buoy.
That's true.
And I might be one of those.
I am one because I tried to write it as I was writing it down to remember. It's like, how do you spell buoy? Like I just